All right, strap in for this deep dive because you guys have really thrown us a curveball with this one.
Yeah.
Initiation into hermetics,
Yeah.
a classic text on magic, and then text, a typesetting system. It's like someone rated like a Wizard's Tower A80, a software engineer's computer, all at the same time.
Well, it is a pretty unique pairing, I'll give you that. One delves into, manipulating the elements, and the other manipulating text.
Exactly. But, what if? What if there's some sort of hidden connection between these two?
Okay.
To help us kind of unpack this, we have our expert who is honestly like the master of finding connections where other people just see randomness.
I wouldn't say randomness, more like unusual connections.
Okay, fair, unusual. I like that. So let's get into it. Both of these sources, in their own way, they both seem to be kind of obsessed with this idea of control.
Okay.
So in Hermeticism, it's all about mastering the elements to shape reality. With text, it's about like learning the commands to perfectly format a document. Am I seeing something here? Or is there some sort of common thread?
No, I think you're definitely picking up on something. I think what's really interesting is that both magic, as it's described in the Hermetic text, and a technical system like text, ultimately they both kind of give you this power to create. You're not just sitting back and watching. You're actively shaping the outcome.
Okay, now that is interesting. So it's like both the magician and the programmer are both kind of like flipping off fate and saying like, no, I'm in charge here.
Right.
But okay, how does that like actually work in practice? Like initiation into hermetics talks about, I think it's called the Maga, right?
Yes.
From the tarot,
Uh-huh.
this figure who's mastered the elements.
Yes, the Maga is often depicted as this, conduit, this source of power, able
Yeah.
to like channel and direct the forces of nature.
Right, and isn't that kind of like what a really good programmer does with code? Like they take these symbols, these commands, and then boom, they're building these whole digital worlds.
I mean, there are some definite parallels there. Both the Maga and the programmer, they both need to have a deep understanding of the systems that they're working with to bring their vision to life.
Okay, so it's not just about having the power, it's about knowing how to actually use it. Like initiation into hermetics goes deep on this element thing.
Right.
Fire, air, water, earth. It's like elemental magic 101.
Yes, and it really emphasizes, mastering each element through all these specific exercises, visualization, rituals, all sorts of things.
Yeah, the book doesn't mess around. Like, imagine yourself completely engulfed in flames, it says. Draw energy from a rushing river. Feel the weight of, like, a mountain grounding you. It's like full-on immersion therapy.
It's about really connecting with that element that you're trying to control, understanding all the little nuances, how it behaves.
Which, in a weird way, reminds me of learning to code. Like, you have to understand all the different pieces of the programming language and how they interact.
Yes.
The little quirks. And if you get one little thing wrong, one tiny typo, your code is going to, like, crash and burn. Like a botched magic experiment.
Yeah. Debugging a program can sometimes feel like alchemy,
Right.
You're carefully adjusting each little part until you get exactly what you're looking for.
Whoa, so, wait. Are you saying that learning to code is basically modern-day alchemy? And all these programmers are secretly sorcerers?
Maybe.
I like where this is going. But, okay, let's flip the script. Where's the code in magic? Like,
yeah.
what's the equivalent?
Well, let's think about visualization for a second.
Okay.
Initiation into hermetics spends a lot of time on these exercises that have you mentally manipulating the elements.
Okay.
Condensing them into shapes, building objects with incredible detail, and you're doing all of this just in your mind.
Whoa, hold on. So it's like they're coding, but instead of typing it out, they're doing it all mentally.
Yeah.
But like with energy instead of pixels.
Exactly. And that's where I see a connection with text. Text is like fundamentally visual. You're not just writing code, you're actually shaping the visual output of that code. It's a very spatial way of thinking, even though you're working with these abstract symbols.
Okay. So maybe this whole visualization thing isn't just some woo-woo new age stuff.
Right.
It's a real skill, whether you're trying to conjure a spirit or, design a website. You need to be able to visualize.
Absolutely. It lets you take these abstract ideas and turn them into something concrete.
This is blowing my mind. All right. I need a minute to process all of this. All right. So as we're getting deeper into all this, it's kind of hitting me that both magic, like how it's described in Initiation into Hermetics, and mastering a system like text, they both require like a ton of discipline and focus.
Yeah, it's not all, waving wands and instant results, is it?
Right. Like, initiation into hermetics is very upfront about that. There are no shortcuts to becoming a master magician. It's all about putting in the work, the hours, the practice.
Exactly. The text really hammers home the importance of meticulous observation,
Yeah.
taking detailed notes, always reflecting on your own progress, your own work. It's a constant process of refining and improving.
Hmm. That sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Becoming really good at using text, it's not just memorizing all these different commands,
Yeah.
right? It's about understanding the logic, the structure of the system, the way all these symbols work together.
Yeah, you got to be able to troubleshoot problems.
Yeah.
Experiment with different approaches. It's like the scientific method, but for typesetting.
Okay, but
Yeah.
but what's the payoff? Like, what do you get for all this work? Both systems seem to promise this incredible control, this precision.
That's right. For the magician, it's the ability to kind of shape reality to their will. For the
Mhm.
text master, it's that ability to create these beautiful, complex documents flawlessly.
It's like taking raw potential and turning it into something incredible.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got control, we've got discipline, but there's another big idea that keeps popping up in both of these sources, and I really want to unpack this one.
Okay.
Transformation.
Yes. Transformation is really at the heart of both of these. It's all about taking something and changing it, refining it, elevating it.
Yeah. In initiation into hermetics, they're always talking about the alchemist's journey,
Right.
turning lead into gold, purifying the self.
And in text, it's taking this jumbled mess of text and transforming it into this beautifully organized document, bringing order to chaos.
It's almost like they're both saying, like, look, the world's a mess, but we have the tools to shape it,
Yeah.
to make it our own, whether that's our internal world or the words on a page,
Mhm.
this power to transform. That's what makes us human.
And to really wield that power well, you have to deeply understand the underlying principles, right? Whether it's the laws of magic or the rules of text, you have to know the rules of the game to really play it well.
But it's not just about, like, blindly following the rules, right? It's understanding, like, why those rules exist, how they all sit together.
Exactly. And that's where intuition and creativity come in. Once you have that deep understanding, then you can start experimenting, push the limits, create something really unique and new, whether it's some scientific breakthrough or revolutionary piece of software or some deep, profound spiritual insight. The ability to transform, that's what sets a master apart.
You know what's really cool to me is how this idea of transformation goes way beyond just magic or coding. It's like this basic instinct inside all of us, this urge to evolve, to create, to leave our mark on the world.
Yeah, we're always trying to transform ourselves, our environments, even our understanding of reality.
And maybe, just maybe, by looking at these two systems like hermetic magic and text, which seem so different on the surface, maybe it can help us appreciate how everything's connected. This drive to transform, to shape our world. It's like this universal language, whether it's magic, technology, art, or even just our own personal journeys.
Hmm, that's a really interesting thought. Maybe there is some hidden code to the universe, a set of principles that govern both the physical world and the metaphysical. And maybe, just maybe, if we can understand that code, we can reach our full potential as creators and agents of change.
Wow, that is something I'm going to have to think about for a while. But we're just getting started. We still have so much more to uncover. We'll be back in a minute to dive into the really mind-blowing stuff,
Yeah.
the stuff where magic and technology start to, like, blur together in ways you wouldn't believe. Okay, welcome back to the final part of this deep dive. We've been on quite a journey exploring the surprisingly connected worlds of hermetic magic and the text typesetting system.
Yeah, we've uncovered a lot: control, discipline, transformation. But now I think it's time to get into the really uh, esoteric stuff, the things that kind of push the boundaries of what we think is possible.
All right, lay it on me. What's initiation into hermetics, Scott, that's going to, like, totally blow our minds this time?
How about astral projection? The book actually goes into detail about consciously separating your astral body from your physical body and then using that to explore different planes of existence.
Wait, hold on. Astral projection. That's like you're saying you can leave your body and travel to a whole other dimension.
Yeah, pretty much. But Barden, the author, he really stresses that it takes a lot of preparation. You need serious mental discipline
Yeah.
and you need a deep understanding of how energy works to actually do it. It's not just wishing yourself out of your body. You're consciously navigating different levels of reality.
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I'm kind of intrigued. But it's not just astral travel,
Yeah.
right? Initiation into Hermetics also talks about these things called elementaries.
Yes. Elementaries are like thought forms. They're infused with the power of a specific element,
Okay.
and they act as like extensions of the magician's will. They can do things on the mental plane, the astral plane, even the physical plane.
Hold up. Are you saying that, like, a magician can create these beings made of pure energy and then just send them out to, like, do their bidding? That's like coding, but instead of lines of code, it's like pure thought.
It's a really interesting comparison. There are some parallels with how programmers create macros in texts, which are like these reusable bits of code that can do these really complex tasks automatically.
So is it like a text macro is like a little elementary, following instructions within the document?
It's not a bad analogy. They both involve this deliberate act of creation, right?
Yeah.
You're shaping something intangible, whether it's energy or code, into something that has a function, a purpose.
Man, my brain is doing backflips right now. Okay, what else is in initiation into Hermetics? Any other crazy techniques we should know about?
Well, there are fluid condensers.
Fluid condensers, what are those?
They're objects that have been like specially crafted and then charged with magical energy for a specific purpose.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Like it could be anything from a talisman that's been imbued with protective energies to a potion or an elixir that's meant to heal you or enhance your psychic abilities.
So it's like embedding code into a physical object
Yeah.
that then, like, changes reality in some way. But instead of code, it's like magical energy.
Yeah, that's a good way to think about it. And the process for creating these things, it's fascinating. There's all this like meticulous preparation involved, focused visualization, intentionally transferring energy into this object.
So it reminds me of like the care that a text expert takes when they're building a document. Like they're paying attention to every little detail, the spacing, the layout, making sure that everything works together to create the effect they want.
Yeah, it's all about precision and intentionality, right?
Yeah.
Whether you're imbuing a talisman with power or fine-tuning a text document.
So whether you're conjuring elementals, projecting your astral self, or just, carefully crafting a document, it all comes back to control. Understanding and harnessing systems of control.
Exactly. Both magic and coding. At their core, they're about manipulating systems. Systems of energy, systems of symbols, even, the very fabric of reality.
It's about learning the rules,
Yeah.
becoming a master of the technique,
Mhm.
and then using that to create what you want. And, the craziest thing is, these principles, they aren't limited to just magic and coding. They apply to our entire lives.
That's right. Whether we're setting goals, building relationships, or pursuing our creative passions, understanding how to control and direct our energy, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, it's essential.
So maybe there's a little bit of the MAGA in all of us.
Yeah.
Maybe we all have the power to shape our own reality, to transform our lives, to become masters of anything we set our minds to.
It's a really empowering idea. We're not just passive bystanders. We're actively shaping our reality, both individually and as a society.
So as you go about your day, think about this. What systems are you mastering? What reality are you creating with your thoughts, your actions, your code? Because whether you're writing a symphony, building a company, or just trying to be a better person, in a way, you're a magician. You're using your own power to create change. And that's a pretty incredible thing.
It really is. It's a reminder that we all have the potential to make magic in our own lives, however that looks for us. And maybe by understanding these principles, these ideas from magic and technology, maybe we can unlock even more possibilities. So until next time, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and keep creating your own magic.
Wires hum the song so true. In the night we see it through. Bits and bytes that start to flow. A language only we both know. conversation with